So, so, so at 56 years old, all my life, all I heard is good guys are boring, bad boys are exciting. Here's what we're going to do today on this 27th of September, 2025. We are going to debunk this theory because I'm trying to find out where exactly are the fireworks. So we're gonna give a perspective on excitement, and then we're gonna give a perspective on boring. And what I'm gonna do in this video is I'm going to expose the mere fact that women like no good guys because they are in fact no good themselves. You'll be a witness. What I heard, and you heard too, is women use the fact that, bad boys give this certain level of love, excitement that boring guys just don't give. So let's just dive right into this perspective and narrative. I'm a nice guy. Self-proclaimed, however, self-proclaimed after I kept losing females because I was told that I was boring and didn't have no swag, et cetera, et cetera. Don't seem to get these women that said this to me in the past to, apply that to me today. It's like they refuse to allow me to say that, well, you at one time told me I was boring. That's why I didn't get the ill nana. I cracked myself up, but of course you know this. So if I tell you today that I am if I tell you today that I'm sitting at the charger. So when I do my videos in this car, you know that I'm sitting on the charger. I just try to stay ahead of it, come in here and get about 20%, then I'm gone. But if I tell you that today is Saturday, Tuesday, when I came and dropped this car off and jumped on my $400 fifth wheel V40 scooter, it was exciting. It really was. It was exciting zipping around town on my fifth wheel EV40 scooter. It was exciting. I felt the thrill. I was looking down. I was going 20 miles an hour. The max speed on it is 20 miles an hour. Going 20 miles an hour. And from where I am at now to where my house is 7 miles. And it takes me it's 7 miles to my house at 20 miles an hour and brings me back to this car 20 miles an hour for 7 miles. And it brings me back and then I put it on the charger overnight and we good if I want to use it the next day. But I'm using the word exciting. I was at an ATM machine, and I was at Navy Federal. I was at an ATM machine, Navy Federal. Navy Federal has two ATM machines at every station, every ATM station, if we will. So they have two. And the one on the left was a booty out nigga. And then a lady was on the other one. However, the people, the booty out nigga in company. Now, I'm assuming that the woman that was with this guy was putting in motion the perspective that the booty out nigga, the bad boy, is exciting. This is why they claim they get them. There's no other narrative as to why you heard a woman with a no good dude. There isn't one, right? There isn't one. You never heard, oh, booty out niggas, they're more responsible. Booty out niggas, or let me back that up, because you never hear nobody give the emphasis booty out niggas, because that's a term that I made up myself. Let me back that up. You never heard nobody say bad boys, they pay their bills better. Bad boys, they just drive better cars. Bad boys, they never behind on their rent. You never heard none of this. The perspective and narrative about bad boys is, and I quote, they're more exciting. But for some reason, I'm not seeing the fireworks. All right? I'm not seeing the fireworks. But put your comment below as to where the fireworks are exactly. All right? So I got chaos in here. I see you, man. So hold on. Let me share this. I'm posting this. Hold on. Me. Fireworks. All right. So let me go back to what I was saying. So I'm at the ATM, right? And I'm at the ATM, and there is this female and a guy, and they're at the ATM, and they're trying to, and you can always tell the people that ain't got no fucking money, because they take a long time and they never get money. They just take the receipt. Give me a second. You can tell these individuals that they're at the ATM and they're trying their damnedest to make something happen that's not going to happen. They at the ATM machine and it's like, well, I'm gonna try to really and let me check again. Negative 13. You know, they at the skin of negativity. Negative $1.14. They don't know that even if you're negative $1.14, that don't mean you can still get $20 and be a negative $21.13. They don't understand that. These individuals are at the ATM and it's like, try to manipulate, try it again, check again. So you see these individuals, and that's what I seen when I was at the ATM. I seen the booty out nigga and his girl at the ATM machine, and finally, because I was like 3 people back, finally, after when they got done, I was next. So 2 people went on the one on the right, and the booty out nigga and the booty out nigga lover was still at them. But 3 people, the one got off, the 2 was in front of me, was I'm now. So the transaction that they ended up getting, I did not see the little sleeve open with money coming out. I just seen every time they tried, about 3 or 4 times, the thing just spitted out a receipt. So what happened? What happened? Well, I'm gonna tell you what happened. What happened was they didn't have no money. Easy conclusion to come up with, right? Yeah, you would agree with that. Easy conclusion to come up with. Right? Easy conclusion to come up with. You'll agree with this. Easy conclusion to come up with, right? Man had no money. But hold on. The perspective in what happened is, if the bad boy was so exciting, how come that when he put his ATM and his ATM card in there, hit the thing, you got a negative $1.30. No confetti. There was no excitement. It was just the thrill of disappointment, because it's a thrill. When you put your money in there and you see that you have a negative, when you put $20 in there and it says exceeded available amount, there's a thrill that comes. Not an excitement. There's a thrill. What's going on? What the fucking heezy for sheezy? What's going on? And then you say, hold on. I don't know if it gives you the balance, but you back up out of it and say, well, let me do a balance. Let me check my balance. Give me a second. You check your balance only to confirm that, in fact, that you're busted. Well, the woman that was with him, I didn't see her say, yes, a negative $1.13 or whatever. They was trying to get money, and clearly they failed. I didn't see the woman with the excitement. I didn't see so I'm saying to myself, you're with that guy under the context of bad boys, they're more exciting. Where exactly is the fucking excitement? Where is it? Where's the excitement? Because let's be clear. Let's be clear. Let's take this another narrative. I was never in the supermarket and just be sitting in line, and when a bad boy come in, confetti is, hey, we got a bad boy in here. The excitement is here. He's here. We got a bad boy here. He's here. We got a bad boy in here. He's here. I've never seen that. I've never seen this. Where exactly is the excitement? Oh, I know. I had a woman tell me when I was in college, bad boys, they just fuck better. Crystal Holman say the same perspective and narrative. And I told Crystal Holman then, there ain't a motherfucker in the world that's doing drugs, drinking, everything can perform better than me. Oh, I'm telling you, I said, no, listen, you talking against physics. You're not going to tell me somebody drink, smoke weed, and do all this fucked up shit, and then going to get, and stop. It's been sold. I'm not trying to hear that. I'm not. Not when a person is healthy and got good blood pressure, good blood flow, and then nothing going through his veins but air and oxygen. I mean, air, oxygen, and blood. It's not happening. So that's another video. But here's where I'm going. These are the perspectives and narratives. Why I got all these goddamn things coming up? Wow. All these things coming up. All these notifications. Stop. Stop it. So it is amazing that, once again, I haven't seen the excitement. Anybody? Where's the excitement? Where's the excitement? I never was at the red light, or I never seen cops directing traffic. And then a bad boy in a jiggy mobile come and the cop go. I've never seen it. I've never seen it. Where the fuck is the excitement? Where is it? I never was in a store. Let's be clear, because my shopping is a little different. So we're going to just take it back to a simple perspective. When I was a kid buying some now laters, I never seen the store owner say, Hey, you came in here the other day and you kicked the glass. Here's some candy. I never seen it. As a matter of fact, come to think of it, when it comes to being a bad boy, their biggest merchant, besides prison, are you women. How about that? The only one that seems to put value on their bad boyness is the prison system. How about that? How about that? Yeah. The only individuals that will sit back and say being a criminal is profitable is our prison system. Besides you women that think that they make great dads. I got to do the bobblehead. They make great dads. They make great individuals to build with. They're great to grow old with. Yeah, it is amazing. Where are I'm asking, where are the fireworks? There are none. The excitement that bad boys give women is the fact that they ain't shit, which is equal to women themselves. Let's be clear on that. Let's be clear. Let's be clear. Can we? Let's be clear. Appreciate those thumbs up, y'all. Let's be clear.
But after T.I. responded, Kodak decided to drop a diss track on T.I. titled Expeditiously, where he took shots at T.I. and his wife Tiny. Because on the track, he said, "How you tell me what came out my mouth? You don't even know Nipsey. Tiny, that ugly as hell. I don't even want Biggie." And these lines were extremely disrespectful. And Kodak also commented about wanting to have a kid with T.I.'s daughter, Deja. And Tiny was not having it and said in an interview how Kodak was too disrespectful. But she was also glad the beef didn't get physical. And the video only gets crazier from here. What could be more disrespectful than hitting on a dead rapper's wife just after his death? And rappers were pissed about this since Kodak basically tried humiliating Nipsey and tried checking him about the situation. T.I. was another rapper that said something to Kodak about his disrespectful comments. Kodak fled.
Let me see. Let me read some comments. What's going on, Chaos? Right. Very well said. Fact said he's already broke. He's already broke, so she can't control him. A woman has to be used government. A woman has to use the government to break a stable man. Very well said. I like that. I'm actually use that in the video. The woman have to use the government to break a stable man. I want to be clear about something. You're right in what you're saying. The neighborhood and perspectives of what you're saying. You're right, and you're right in the neighborhood. But listen, I'm gonna tell you guys something. I'm gonna tell you guys something. I'm gonna go left based on that what you just said, facts. What I am doing right now is I am looking to buy buy some resident cards. When you buy a resident card in another country, it's a card that you get. So when you go to that country, instead of use your passport, you use this card. So for example, the one that I'm gonna get is Thailand. Thailand says you can get a resident card. All you have to do is put $20,000 in their bank. So once you put $20,000 in that bank, other countries got resident cards too, but I like Thailand's because it's like the second least inexpensive. One country got 10,000. Thailand is the second with 20. So let's just say you got 20,000 and you put it in a card. Things happen here. You jump on a plane to Thailand. You get to the thing, passport, card, boom, you get in, please, sir, this way. You get social treatment, right? A lot of us, what you're saying is so true. So what I'm saying to counter that is, not only do they use the government to get the stable man, but they use the government to conquer man. And it is that man is so plugged into the system that will get himself, annihilated, get himself, that will compromise himself. I'm not, hell, like I said, I got solar at my house. I'm not even plugged in to the grid at my house. So you ain't coming at me talking about, yeah, we gonna get you. I have my money all over the place. Like if you say lock his money down, yeah, good luck. I'm cash here, cash over there, and then banks. That's how I got my life. So what you're saying is exactly right. My counter to that is, shame on any man that's completely plugged in to the American system after you watched how they're allowing women, as you stated, to bring us to our demise. You're absolutely right. So you, as the man, you have to make sure that's not you. You have to make sure that, you know what? Oh, when they say shut that down, you go, yeah. They shut that down over there. You go, I'm not over there no more. Paying attention to over here. And that's what I'm realizing the next phase of my life. The next phase of my life, as I was listening to my Sigma thing today, it was talking about how you shut one phase of your life down and move over to the next phase. How you can just kill your life and you can kill this life and move your life over here. And that I'm gonna bring this into a video because I'm gonna listen to it and I'm gonna make the markers. Then I'm gonna do a video about it and I'm gonna show y'all what I'm talking about. But that's how I am. I have my life set up today on this 27th of September. Whereas if you think you're gonna attach to me here, I can cut that life off and bring my life over here. So that's what child support and Natia LaShawn Bradley taught me, and that's how I move. That's why it's not gonna be this thing. That's why I have my cars. My cars are in 3 different places. My cars are in 3 different cities. I have one car at a storage unit in this place, some cars at a storage unit in that place, and cars at my house. I have my life designed. One of my motorcycles is at home, the other one is there. I have my life spit out. You will never get a lock on me. That's not by design. That's because I sit back and I say, the government and how I talk about women, government, women, those are all the weak. You gotta make sure you cover all the weak spots. You gotta make sure you be like, that's an N. Let me put extra security over there. That's an N. Let me put extra security. Let me tell you something. Then I'm gonna get back on topic. I'm in a Nissan Leaf. Like I said, I'm on a Charger. So this car is parked in front of the house at all times. The other cars at the house are all BMWs, of course, so they're in the driveway. So whenever I come out to the curb, I'm out and open. I say, anybody up down the street can look at me. Anybody up the street can look at me. That's how I feel. And living in the Pocono Mountains, Pennsylvania had me feeling like this because I remember I would open my door and see nothing but wilderness. And I say, somewhere somebody is looking at me, my front door. Another story. So I got in my car and I'm sitting in my car and I put the window down. I normally bend the mirror in. This car don't have power mirrors. So I put the window down, push the mirror thing, the window going up, and I see a car coming. When I seen that car coming, I went just like this. Took the thing off and I put the gun like that. Put the gun right under the door. I'm just looking. And when it went by, I was like, right? That's how I am. And I was listening to my Sigma thing today. Now, remember I told y'all that. It said, we are ready. We are not. You're not going to catch me. You're not. I'm not going to. Listen, I got like 12 credit cards. The other day, about 2 weeks ago now, 2-3 weeks ago, I went on Amazon and I went to buy something and the card wasn't working. So I called them up. So verification, blah, 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 blah. It was no balance on the card because I paid all my credit cards off. So I called them up, blah, blah, blah. So yes, could you identify yourself? Yeah, blah, blah, blah. Yes. Oh, okay, Mr. Smith, we put a lock on the card on January 31st. And in my head, I laughed. I said, here it is in September. And they told me they put a block on the card back on January 31st. Mr. Smith, we put a block on the card because the mail came back returned. We need to verify your address. I said, well, I'm getting mail there now. I said, I get my balance statements. I get them now. I don't know what the problem is. So, oh, okay, hold on. I unlock it for you. Okay, then, Mr. Smith, the card should be unlocked. But they locked the card January 31st because the mail came back. Now, for those that know me, I get my mail at Daddy's house, which is the UPS store. So I guess somebody got my mail and said, oh, this, we're going to go back. But they locked the card up, and I guess when they locked the card up saying this ain't a valid address or whatever, well, I don't know. Then they sent me the card. Then they started, I said, I get the mail. But they locked this shit up January 31st. That's my life. That's my life. You're not going to lock my money up and then cool. And that's what happens. And that is the power, as you stated, that is the power that they gave women to get in. You can be a law-abiding citizen, but they know for a fact you're going to love you a woman. This is why women got the responsibility, or not the responsibility, let me back that up. This is why women got the power that they got. And I'm going to end it with this. I'm going to end this segment by saying this. My ex-wife works for the city of Chicago. She said that there's a company, I think she said either in down in Texas. She said there was a company in Texas, and they were sending around to all the public things in Chicago. I'm sure every municipality didn't get it, but there was a no-wait Section 8 list. And she said it was a no-wait Section 8 list. She said because that company, the city got a contract with a private jail company that they would give them or have them 80% full or some shit. So they responded with, we have no wait Section 8. And my ex-wife told me, she said, you know why they got no wait Section 8? I'm like, nah. She said, everybody knows that wherever the women come, the niggas will follow. And wherever there's niggas, there's crime. Everybody knows. We can run around here. Women themselves can act like they don't know what their role is. Bitch, you're a government informant. Your job is to bring me to my demise. You can't and you won't. Like I said, when I'm watching these videos on, you put 20,000 over here, you can get a government pass to come into that country because you've invested $20,000. Let me tell you something. $20,000 in Vietnam and $20,000 in $20,000 in Vietnam, you can live 3 years off of that, 3.5, 4 years off of $20,000. All right. So if you come over there and you give them 20,000, they go, right this way, right? So you invest in it, they give you a pass where you can just keep that with you. And I was watching a video. My man said he got five different countries. He can just, if they decide to shut his life down, he gonna get on a plane and be here with it. Get down. Right this way. He said that's how he got his life set up. I like that. So understand that when we talk about women are government informants. This is what they made them. You can say what they want. Whenever a woman can say, I was scared, I fight people all the time. They got restraining orders for no reason at all. So just know that. So once again, these individuals, right? They will make these claims, and you heard them make these claims. They will make these claims that these guys, and when I say these guys, we're talking about we're talking about bad boys. You hear this perspective and narrative is they're more exciting. Where's the fireworks? Where are the fireworks? Where is this excitement? And I want to be clear about something. If I'm going to be clear about something. If you tell me, right? Let's say you tell me, hey man, this thing costs $100, but check this out, bruh. I'm gonna give it to you for 10. I'm not excited. I'm like, oh shit, good looking out. What's exciting to me is when I'm on my Honda doing 100 miles an hour. When I'm riding my scooter, the excitement, the thrill, the excitement, it's a straight excitement. The excitement. Pure excitement, adrenaline. That's exciting to me. Where's the uptick? Where's the uptick in dating a bad boy? It's all in a fucking head. The perspective and narrative and how they classify things. You'd have to be an absolute, pure, 100% grade A shitiot. This is why I look at American women with caution. I'm gonna just be clear. I look at them with caution. There's too many variables to what's what. And I'm gonna end this thing with this by saying this. When you see a booty out nigga, his image will tell you what he is. When you see a street dude, a gang member, their image tells you what they are. It's self-explanatory. When you see a nerd, you may be thrown off a little bit, but once they start talking, you'll get the just. He's a nerd. He's a nerd. But these women, they can look like $1 million. They can look like $2. They can have a job to pay $300,000 a year. They can pay a job to pay $300 a week. It don't matter. It's all in their mindset. And nobody walks around with a picture of their mindset. You can't see it. It's action based. So you won't know what it is until you engage. All right? Just know that, man. I'll catch you guys on the next one.